What you did was nothing short of incredible.
Was it?
Oh my God,
I
it was
kept getting
amazing.
pulled to the side, and I was like, it didn't seem as big when I was doing it. I knew it would be nice, but I
Thank you.
didn't know it was going to
Yeah, no, it was really
get
great.
that type of.
Yes. Covet this with your whole life here.
And I'm
How
mad
about I don't
because
have it?
it's
Oh, here you go.
80 degrees outside. We need to
Covet it with
swap
your
phones.
whole life.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're live. We're live on Facebook. Did you see my show?
Yeah, it looks dope.
What
Looks
commercial?
dope.
My Queen's commercial.
It came out
Where do I
Thursday
see
though.
it on?
He did great, huh?
It's on TV
Not
already?
yet. Not yet. It'll be on.
Oh,
It's going to be on TV, but it's on social media
hold on.
now.
Wait till commercial. Oh, let's see.
Can I tell you how bad my feet hurt?
Five, four, three, two.
Step back, not forward, and let God do it. When you put it in the master's hand, he will take care of it. Why worry when you've given it to God? So I'm going to step back and let God do it. This is your main man, Action Jackson, and it is Tell Me Something Good Tuesday, and I'm proud to be posted in the studio. She wasn't with us yesterday because she had a doctor's appointment, and the doctor told her she's going to live another 100 years. This is my main girl.
It's your girl Tamara Fair on the air. What's up, believers? Yes, praise reports are in order. And you know what? If I can get one, you can get two.
That's it. That's it. I got that joke from Otis. Anytime he goes to the doctor, he'll come back and say, "Yep, the doctor's I'm in good health. I got another 100 years on this
I
planet."
know that's right. Well, we got to make best of the use of our time right now, no matter how many more years, days, months, weeks, and minutes you have. And we intend to do that right here on Inspiration 1390. Of course, it's Tell Me Something Good Tuesday.
Community
Community chatter.
chatter. You know, Wynonna always brings us amazing guests and
Yes.
some new friends and old friends, and we are so excited because we got so much going on in the city of Chicago now.
And in the world, can I tell you that next Tuesday this time, what we going to be doing?
Yeah, well, I'm praying we're gonna be celebrating, celebrate good times. Jarrell didn't smile. Why you ain't smile, bro? Let's go. Oh, this Tuesday.
Well, it's a dog fight. These are some of my people from DC that are telling me it's a dog fight going on right now. And literally, I really didn't think that this was going to be as close of a race as they have been reporting. But these people are truth tellers.
Well, we're going to talk about that. And listen, I do want to just shout out this past weekend. We had an amazing weekend. We kicked it off with the BBF Galloween.
Oh my
I waited on
God.
you to talk about
Thank you.
Galloween.
I had such a good time. They brought their best energy. The entertainment was excellent. The honorees were definitely in
Honorable.
alignment. I was going to say in alignment with being honored. And you know what? That Pamela Blackman, didn't she look amazing?
Yeah, you know what? Pam never ceases to amaze me. But I will say that,
Toy got down though, didn't she?
oh,
She
man,
raised that paddle and it's 20,000.
this
And
is
she raised it like it was 2,000.
It was the event of the year. Listen, and it's going to get better and better. And somebody said, you just be telling the truth. I said, well, I cannot lie because I won't remember. But this is our third year. The first year, we kicked it off with a bang. Last year, we did great. Had a few bumps. But this
But we
year,
we met our goal each year.
we met our goal this year. But this year, I mean,
The ooh,
I'm so
the
excited.
thunder.
I'm going to the meeting to plan next year. I'm so thirsty.
Well, you know what? We do owe a debt of gratitude to you because through your genius, you said, look, where are the gaps in Chicago's night scene, and particularly in the fundraising scene? And
Hmm.
you found Halloween to be one. Yeah, there were some sprinkles of parties here and there, but not partying with a purpose. And such a huge purpose as raising a community, one child, one family at a time, as does BBF do.
Yes, and then we ended the weekend
Wait,
Sunday.
let me tell you something.
Yes.
I'm not a drinker, right?
Well, you don't got to tell it all.
I'm telling it.
That's what the preacher would say,
I
don't
drank 2 drinks and I felt like I had seven. And I saw Val Ward. I had a mission that I was supposed to be on, and I just went left.
Well, speak for yourself because I'm saved. I didn't look at that Bible. Let's go to Sunday.
Somebody said Sunday morning.
Sunday. So we listen. Sunday we Tamara finally made her way over to
Yes.
the Corinthian Temple Church of God in Christ, where our pastor Bishop David Todd Whitley and Dr. Chandra Whitley celebrated 20 years in ministry.
And you know what? They don't look like they could have done anything for 20 years. They're youthful, they're fantastic, they're fabulous. And you know what? They are shepherds of the Lord, and they go around the world spreading good news. I love what they're doing in the community, providing affordable housing, health care, and mental health care. Because if you let me tell you something my aunt used to tell me, you could be physically fit and mentally bankrupt.
Yep, and that don't help nothing
No, because
or
all you're doing
nobody.
is skipping around and not knowing where you're going.
Yeah, well, it was a great service. They were
Yes.
so happy that you took part in the celebration, and kudos, shout out to my bishop, my pastor, and I just quick funny story. Um, Pastor Willie talked about he's a very humble guy. When I
He
joined
sure is.
the church was doing so much, and I would see him drive his little putt putt to church, and I would be like, why this man don't get a new car? And long story short, my car ended up breaking down. Pastor Willie ended up getting a new car. And one Sunday I came to church, he gave me the keys to his old car.
To the putt putt.
To the putt putt. And
See, you never know when you're
I
talking
drove that
about
putt
something.
putt to the putt putt.
It wasn't a putt putt
It
then,
wasn't a
was
putt putt there, but you know what? That's the type of guy that he is. And
Yes.
so I appreciate him, I honor him. But we're gonna keep this party rolling
Yes.
because you know the time flies when you're having a good time. Don't go nowhere. We got way more to share right here on the Brunch Bunch.
Not see, that's what you get.
I know, right? I'm
Let me tell you something. There's a guy that
Turn
when
it
I was
down a
in
little.
high school,
Uh-huh.
his name was Armand, right? And
Mhm.
Armand used to come to school, and he would have crust hanging out of his ear. It was nasty too. It looked pustular, and I was like,
Wait a minute. Go, keep going. I'm
no, look,
waiting.
check this out. So you know how kids are cruel. I was like, ew, why you come out the house with your ears like dirty like that? Because I used to just come out my face. He was like, you shut up, blah, blah, blah. Well, I didn't know it was a trigger for him. Day we would tease him. Now guess what? I have to take the crust.
Oh my goodness. You know
Literally,
what?
you got to be very
I
careful
was
about
wondering
it.
where this story was going.
You got to be very careful. And I know that the reason that I have that dry skin in my ear now that I had to go to the doctor for yesterday, I know that the reason is because I made fun of him in high school because everything comes full circle because the Lord don't play no game. Vengeance is mine, said the Lord, and I will. Marcel, DJ Brilo say you looking good. What's up? What's up?
Turn it off.
Yeah.
Hey, Tianga.
Tangy
Her
is
name
how
is
you
Tiana.
pronounce it.
Her name is.
Yes. Hey, Tangy.
I like Tangy. I used to love the name Tanjanika. I wanted my
You
name
don't
to
even
be.
look like you or like a name Tanjanika.
I was hood, so I love.
What? No.
But Tanjanika is a very nice name for me. To me,
Is it?
I loved that name.
That
So
name screams black.
I am black.
I'm saying, but you know, when you go a job interview,
That's like telling somebody from Czechoslovakia not to have a Slavic name. I am black.
I guess that's true.
The man, get this man. That's why I got my glasses.
How long we got, Jarrell? Because we run out of daylight.
Not a lot of time. We got about 30 seconds.
Okay, Dr. Delise Williams is, you know who that is? Oh, yes. She's a faithful listener of ours. Last year, she donated toys to Breakfast with Santa. And when I got to my office, it was too much for me to put in the car. But her husband is the famous house DJ. What's his name? He went a while. He got the mohawk.
Farley?
Farley.
What made you think I knew house DJ? I'm sanctified, saved.
Well, you sure knew it.
So at the top of the hour, we came in talking about what we would want to be doing next Tuesday. And of course, that's election day. So we want to encourage each and every one. That's next Tuesday, right? Or was it Tuesday after? Don't nobody know.
It's next Tuesday.
I thought it was next Tuesday.
Next year.
So definitely want to encourage you to get out and vote if you haven't already early voted. It's time. It's time. It's time. Now, people tell you what's on the ballot. You are on the ballot, people. Make sure that you get out and exercise your right to vote. There's so many people fought, died, cried, and fried for your right to vote, right? Well, Donald Trump is trumping. So he had some racist jokes about Puerto Rico at a rally, and it brought anger and disgust. And people are really seeing how truly Donald Trump and the party are seeing him. But some Americans, what are you shaking your head for like you're a bobblehead in the back of the car? What is really
Well,
going on?
since you asked, I was here alone yesterday, and we did that story.
So why you give it to me?
Well, I know nobody was here, so that's why they gave it to you. It was just me. So
I definitely don't want to repeat it. But you know what? I am.
But you can continue to talk about Donald Trump in these elections because not only is Trump trumping, but the Trumpettes are trumping too.
Is that what they're calling them?
I'm gonna give them that name.
So I call the people that follow me on Instagram Tamarians because that's my name, and I got that from
what?
Tamarians.
Okay.
Yeah. So the Trumps are called Trumpers. Well, of course, they are burning ballot boxes. Hundreds of votes have been destroyed in Washington, Oregon, and on arson cases. Well, 2 ballot boxes were burned in Washington and Oregon on Monday, possibly damaging hundreds of mail-in votes with only a week to go before the election day. The Portland Police Bureaus responded to reports of a fire in the Buckman neighborhood of the city about 3:30 a.m. Now, I'm just going to go venture to say at 3:30 a.m., who's going around trying to burn ballot boxes?
Trumpets.
Yeah, that was a good answer. Well, the fire had been extinguished by security personnel who work in the area, and the officers soon found an incendiary device characterizing the crime as arson. The Vancouver Police Department in a nearby southern Washington said in a statement that they responded to an arson at the ballot box at 4 a.m. Well, they found smoke, and where there's smoke, there's what?
Juicy schmoulet.
Oh my God. Where there's smoke, there's fire. And there was fire coming out of the box and a suspicious object next to it. Well, the Federal Bureau of Investigation said in a statement to USA Today that it was coordinating with federal, state, and local partners to actively investigate the 2 incidents. Well, the FBI declined to comment on whether the arsons would be investigated as a domestic terror incident or as a mail situation. Hundreds of ballots have been destroyed. Now, I'm guessing, now this is just my prediction, that this is just the beginning of what's to come.
Yeah.
So
because they also said, and I'm sorry to cut you off, but there have been threats of armed shooters that are going to try to station themselves outside of voting stations. And then people have been committing online to voter intimidation to make sure people don't go in to cast their ballot. That's how crazy this is.
Oh, see, this lets you know that there's too much at stake for us to just sit back and watch the steak cook. We have to be part of the chef's staff, right? So, and the way that you become part of the chef's staff is to get out and vote. Well, the Vancouver ballot box is located in Washington's 3rd congressional district, where Democratic House Representative Marie Gluesenkamp Perez is attempting to retain her seat, which she won by less than 3,000 votes in 2022 against Republican challenger Joe Kent. Both candidates condemned the arsons on Monday, and Southwest Washington cannot risk a single vote being lost to arson or political violence or to corruption. Like this begs a different question. Corruption is at the core, at the base of this situation. When you see this much corruption, you know that this is worth fighting for, worth dying for, worth firing up. And I mean, literally, pun intended, worth firing up for. And I want you to get fired up and get your souls to the polls.
Londa said, please, please, please get out and vote. Listen, the Trumpettes And these people, I'll call them these thugs, these idiots that said they're gonna take their weapons and shoot at people when they're going to vote. Clearly, they waiting till election day. So if you're afraid, which I beg you not to be, go out and early vote because they ain't smart enough to try to intimidate people
Well, you
before
see what
election
time
day.
they're doing this, 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. So if you get up at 6, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, then you should be okay.
Yeah, well, we just have to pray, 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 pray,
I
pray.
pray y'all give me an issue laden story tomorrow. And not something I gotta recycle and pivot.
Well,
That's what
it worked perfect
It
because the
definitely did.
ballot box is something that I wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
And because it's sad to think, and we want to make people aware that if you're in a city or state that ballot boxes have been blew up or burnt up,
Have been blew up. I think
make
it's
sure.
blown up. They've been blew up. Make sure that you get out and vote.
No, make
y'all.
sure you go vote again or resubmit that. Take that in
Yes.
person because you don't know if yours caught fire.
Can you vote twice?
No, you cannot legally vote twice, but if your vote was blown up, then you
Then
didn't
you really
vote at
didn't vote.
all.
Your vote didn't count for real. Not just because you think your vote didn't count in the scheme of things, but your vote literally blew up in smoke.
Yeah, well, you know what?
But we can't let this election blow up in smoke.
No.
So you're right. We have to take the precautions. I wonder if the Board of Elections is putting a checker in place so that you can find out if your vote actually made it to be counted. I know that we get those little stickers, and of course, I've always post my sticker on my social media pages that I voted. I see a lot of people doing that, but is your vote actually getting to where it's supposed to get? How do you track that?
Yeah, that's an interesting point. We may have to work on it.
Especially since we've got so much violence surrounded by our votes now.
Yeah, this election is really, you know what? And I must just say this, whoever you're supporting and voting for, this election is showing us that this country has a lot of work to do.
It does.
And in the next 4 years, regardless of who is elected on Tuesday, both parties need to do some reconstruction, right? And they need to come together and figure out how to move forward because we should not ever have an election like this.
But what I don't understand is why is anyone surprised at the amount of violence and criminal activity that's going on in the election process because we have a criminal that's running.
Yeah, well, because this is not I can't say what Trump would call the different types of country, but when you think of Venezuela, well, they're escaping because of political craziness like
violence,
this, violence and unrest, and it's so volatile. But when you think of America, this is not the process that we expect. So,
but it's the new norm.
It shouldn't be the new norm, and that's why we talked to Senator Braun, and I asked that question. But she said it's not normal. This has never happened in her lifetime. Congressman Rush said the same thing. It's never happened before. We've seen some crazy stuff,
but we've never seen anyone run and be allowed to run and have 36 convictions. If that was Obama, let me tell you something.
If that was anybody black, first of all, you wouldn't even made the ballot with misdemeanor.
I'm talking about jaywalking. Well, you know what? 3 weeks ago, he got a ticket for jaywalking. Literally, this is unprecedented, and I hope that we never revisit this again. But you know what we are going to revisit? We're going to revisit what's going on here in the studio, y'all. So don't go nowhere. It's time for the Get Down right here on the Brunch Bunch. Where?
I didn't know about the event until just now. So this is for.
I should have sent that story from CNN last night.
For W.I. Williams.
Oh, okay, that's nice.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Nice. Oh,
Did you
Master
see that
P?
too?
Nuh-uh, but if it was from
these are
last night, it was
presidential honors.
new.
I didn't know presidential honors were still going on.
I thought that whole rally thing, I thought that was yesterday. That's why.
All right. It's okay if I go get them.
Wynona not coming?
No, she's here.
Oh yeah.
Everyone is here. All on time.
Where is Toy?
She's here too.
Toy? Toy needs to come first.
Oh, okay.
Because Wynona.
No, that's Wynona's guest.
Oh, Toy's Wynona.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Toy. Okay.
No, I was like, wait, that's Wynona's guest.
Oh, I see it right here. And I didn't even read that. Yeah, they need to come together.
They just
And yes, they need to come.
Yo, I don't understand. I don't understand. It's nasty.
Locked up, they won't let me out. That's right, Tina. We locked up. That's right. Vote, 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 and check your vote.
Who don't know who Master P is?
Who don't know who? You don't know who Master P is?
That's my point. No, I said.
Oh, you don't.
Who doesn't know?
Oh,
Okay.
I thought
I know
you
you're
did.
not talking.
Well, Master P is Master P.
Hey, Curtis
Oh,
Blow is Curtis Blow.
and
I knew Curtis Blow.
he didn't.
Because
He knew.
he didn't know who Curtis Blow was. Who Curtis Blow
Oh, he got a long line of who we
I
don't
knew
know.
who Curtis Blow was. I couldn't name a Curtis Blow song.
My little black baby
Yeah,
dad.
I'm like,
Hey, you right. I'm like, when the last time y'all saw each other? Saturday?
you know she know everything about me.
You know she got baby dolls when you say baby dolls.
Where am I sitting?
Where you want
Dr. DeLeese, hello. Nice to see you again. I didn't even notice that it was you in the hall. Yes.
Which way? Renita, where did you say who? She just saw Pam at the fashion show.
Get my phone. Oh,
Yep.
cool.
Chairman of USAID, United States African Development Foundation. Please don't forget to vote.
Where's Toy's bio?
I saw it.
You did. I see. No, I see questions. I don't see the bio.
Well, we don't, Wynona don't need bios. She just does the introduction. She know them very well.
So you can be prepared for retirement. Go ahead and give us a phone call at 815
Okay.
277
But
Yeah.
okay, so that should be gala chair, not the gala hair. Right. Don't forget.
I definitely know it's not gay.
Well, she does have pretty hair.
15 locations. You can go anytime and get your car washed every day if you want. All year long. Buddy Bear members will receive exclusive.
So the event.
Let's start with the one that's this Saturday.
Ronnie, make sure you cut in. Put the volume down.
Attention entrepreneurs.
I love the way she says
Entrepreneur.
entrepreneurs. Attention entrepreneurs.
Whether you're launching a new business or safeguarding an established one.
Hey, what's up, Tanya? Hey, Roseanne. Hey, Christy.
Adam.
Call 773-455-0711.
Oh my God. Hey, y'all. Did you guys see my commercial? Please go on my page and look at it. It's getting ready to go everywhere. I'm so excited to be with you today.
Thank you, Zoe. Ooh, my energy.
I got my BFF in
They
the
got
studio
barbecue?
with me today. Yes.
Because I see everybody up in there smashing. Boy, they
Everyone I've seen has a full
second plate.
plate.
They all sitting over there. They all got a plate on.
Who got plates?
They got some
Everybody.
barbecue.
I got barbecue. It's gonna be gone by
It was two different people.
It's ridiculous that you all
I'm
are.
about to say, y'all are
Y'all
so
are like-
excited.
Y'all are like food investigators.
It's free for me. It's free. If it's free, it's for me. Yeah, exactly. It's the only time I can eat this. Yeah, it's McDonald's tonight or barbecue right now.
Jarrell,
You got
we
another
got.
mic
Can you
bring it
swing this mic over for?
Thank you. That way you can just stay.
Hey guys,
Thank
it's
you.
Fanfare. Congrats bunch. Now your home is not just
Win-win
it's a
intro.
lifetime of memories,
Jarrell.
hard-earned and cherished. At Secure
Right away.
Home and Automation, they understand what it means to protect these memories. As a Brinks authorized dealer, they stand guard over
See
a
why you keep
million
raving
homes
about
and
this
businesses,
16.
ensuring safety 24/7, 365 days a year.
And you know what? The response center is ever vigilant, providing top-notch.
Oh, I see it. I see it.
Get here with a full bag. How much storage do you get on it?
they will fulfill and even exceed.
My
all
old,
the
I
I see it. It's
think
at the
my last
bottom.
phone
It
was
starts at
like
the bottom.
128.
They have the power to customize
And
your
then goes to the
security
second page.
solution. Round the clock peace of mind sounds good to me. Isn't that priceless? So let Secure Home and Automation
That's
be
nice.
a part of your story.
Yeah, that'll
part
definitely.
of
Did
your
you
legacy.
like when you're taking pictures and say you have to clear up stuff?
Yes,
Yeah,
I
that sucks.
So go ahead and
That
call
sucks.
866
So good. We're gonna have some great pictures now.
That's 866
You gotta ruin this.
We got 20 seconds.
This
We got 20
show.
seconds.
Call today and make a wise choice to secure your tomorrow. Secure Home and Automation. You heard the name. Now experience
Yesterday I
the
was in
promise of
here
ultimate safety that they bring
reading
to your
scripts,
home.
film in the room.
866 447 3344. Safety Chelsea, 866 447 3344.
Hi there, it's Wynona Redmond, and it's time for Community Chatter brought to you by Win-Win Communications.
Well, you know, every Tuesday is my favorite day of the week because Wynona Redmond of Win-Win Communications brings amazing guests, some new friends, and some old best friends. And we're always happy because Wynona is shining lights everywhere they need to be. Let's give a warm brunch. Welcome to Wynona.
Thank you. You know, Community Chatter is all about shining a light on stars. My dad's favorite show, Bobby Wright, he always watches Hidden Figures. And whenever you watch Hidden Figures, it's like if you shine a light on the folks that are really phenomenal, then you have something to talk light. And this historic eve of making further history, we had Congressman Bobby Rush and Ambassador Carol Mosley Braun. It's just do you feel the win in the air? And I just love winning women and black women winning and black men winning and white women and white men. The nation, the whole rainbow of winning. And so we always know Giving Tuesday is coming up, but I'm so excited to have two figures that are not hidden figures, but that are doing such important work. And on this eve, I'm happy to just welcome Dr. Delise Williams and Dr. Toy Salter.
Doctor.
Look, I'm
Oh,
giving.
doctor.
That's
right. Give it to me. Give it to me.
You know, and maybe I say Dr. Toy Salter, but really a philanthropist, Toy Salter, because you know she has her own financial firm, but she's one of the biggest philanthropists that, and as we look at history being made from education to healthcare, when we vote. And if we've already voted and elected the next history making woman president. But welcome you guys to Community Chatter. And we have this Saturday, a big event that is going to be the whole presidential honors. And we want to talk about that. It's going to be at South Shore Cultural Center. And then we're going to come back and talk about this event that has got everybody chasing everybody for November 9th for the 63rd Golden Fellowship Dinner with the Urban League. But Delise, let's jump into Dr. Delise Williams. She's got her own well-known nonprofit. Then she's the wife of Farley, and they just celebrated 40 years of house music. And then you've got another event this Saturday. But welcome. Come on. I'm gonna let you give your own station identification on your whole pieces and where people can connect with you for this event, for the nonprofit, and then you still planning more house music events.
Well, first and foremost, I would like to just thank God that I'm finally here. Yes, you guys are so instrumental in the community, and we listen to you guys every day, just about. And I got my husband listening, and that's how we were able to get those toys to you last year.
And tell us about the toys and the nonprofit.
Yeah, well, Kids Corner, we started 30 years ago, just simply taking kids off the corners to opportunities. And we started at Can Television, and we grew to, oh my God, we're everywhere over the city of Chicago, and we're celebrating 30 years of doing that. Our toy giveaways have been huge. One year we had about 7,000 people reaching out to us when we were on 79th and Ashland, just giving out toys in this small abandoned old dollar store that we, got with people in the community to help fix it up, and we just been giving ever since.
And you just celebrated an anniversary. You had a street named after you. And before Giving Tuesday, they don't have to wait till Giving Tuesday. But what's going to be this holiday season for you and the kids?
Well, we're slowing down, taking a break from Farley's stuff because I've been helping him with the 40th year anniversary projects. We did the House Music Parade this year and some other stuff coming up. And we're working with the Mayor Brandon Johnson to get the House Music Museum and Hall of Fame finally up and running.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's
He
awesome.
slowed down. Shout out to him. Just yesterday, we had to take him to the hospital. He got diagnosed with walking pneumonia.
Oh, wow.
So
You
you
doing-
guys pray for him.
We-
Yeah.
Yes, we'll do.
And he's ready for me to come get him
Absolutely.
now.
Okay.
He
He's
can't
a
stop.
2024 Chicago
Yes, he
Defender Man
was.
of
Yes, he
Excellence.
was.
too.
He's a man of
Yeah.
excellence.
But I do want to shout you out
Farley
and
is
thank
as
you.
Chicago as Harold's,
Yes.
as Uncle
Yes.
Remus, as
Sure is.
Lakeshore Drive.
Yes. So right now we're getting ready to pick back up of Kids Corner 30th year anniversary projects. And this year for our Christmas event, we're going to do a 3-day celebration. We're going to rebrand the TV show and have the young people as to where they were 30 years ago come on the
Oh,
show and let
great.
us know where they
Oh,
are
wow.
now. Provide mentors, and we want professionals to come and talk to them, because a lot of them have careers and future, aspirations, and we want to make sure that they get there.
That's
So,
exciting.
Yeah.
so that's thing one, and
Yes.
that's how they find. What are those dates, and then what's the website? And
It will be at the ETA Theater. I normally work with Kenya over there for the Christmas stuff. We haven't got the dates down packed
in
yet. but
December.
Yes, it's in December, and you can go to kidscorner.com. It's KIDZKORNA.com. I'm excited because I can't wait to talk to those babies. And 30 years ago, those kids were out in the communities. They were working. They were doing stuff before this internet craze. So we want to make sure that we, tie in the knots and hopefully that they can encourage these young people to get out there and do some stuff as well. And then with our event on Saturday, I got honored with the Joe Biden Lifetime Presidential Achievement Awards about a year or two ago. Yeah. And then they ended up asking me to be one of the agents for the program. So we are doing that this Saturday. We tied it in with our annual Queen's Awards ceremony, where we're going to be honoring about 15 women. And then the second leg of it is honoring the about 20 to 30 presidential honorees.
And I think Alderman Stephanie Coleman helped do
Yes.
this. I think it was just done recently in Chicago. So I heard about it last year, and then this year is going to be this Saturday. So tell us about the first part is Queens and Awards. So you do that already.
Yeah. This
So
is
who
our
are the
fourth annual.
honorees?
I brought the list because
It's
it's so
a long
many
one.
people.
It's a long
Who
one.
y'all
It
know
is
on this
so
list?
many.
Master P.
Charmaine, Rick Cass.
Yeah, I got
Sandy
Nicole
Deborah
Weekly.
Vines.
I got Ebony Latrice, Denise Berry. They do some wonderful things on the West Side with Saving Our Sons.
Mhm.
Akeem
Hakeem,
Berry, the
yep.
Berries. We got Lashana Burks, Andrea Hood. They call her Mama Hood in Inglewood. She helps us with the giveaways. And I just wanted to make sure that I let them know that I see them, and that was the reason why they honored me, 30 years of doing stuff for volunteer work for free, and I just wanted to make sure that we can honor those so that we can all keep this thing going in the city of Chicago.
So you guys are so busy. We're gonna keep it moving.
Okay.
So you got the queens, and
The
you're
queens
honoring some
first.
great queens.
Yes.
And then it's election season. We
Yes.
365 day black. We ain't gotta wait for just one campaign. We ain't gotta wait for Giving Tuesday. So tell us about the honorees for the presidential honors.
Yeah, the presidential honorees, I got folks coming in from Georgia, from California, and then a lot of them are in Chicago. We got Geraldine Hughes She Feeds the Homeless out in LA. She's from Chicago, but she does the work out in LA, making sure that the homeless folks are fed and taken care of out there. We got so many. We got First Lady Deborah Brooks. She's Darius Brooks's wife.
Okay.
And he's going to do the opening prayer and serenade us in prayer and all of that good stuff. And we got their team coming out. We got Terry Winston.
Oh,
Yeah, the
absolutely.
Black
Fire
Brigade.
Brigade.
And I just send a shout out to Dawn Millhouse. She nominated a lot of these phenomenal women.
Yes.
And also who's working with me is Sean Dorsey from Atlanta.
Okay.
As you can see, we got Deborah Vines. She's one of the guys that comes
Yeah,
out
okay.
and speaks.
So
She's
tell
coming.
us. So Saturday, where people can get tickets and it's not sold out. What's the cutoff?
Yeah, tickets are still available. You can go to uspresidentialawards.com or queensrewarded.com for the tickets.
Great. And then we will come back, and house music is a movement and you've done everything including gospel with it. So we'll come back another day to talk more about this museum, because we got the gospel museum coming, we got the house music museum coming, and that's a good segue.
Yeah, because
to the other museum.
Dr. Delise is doing amazing work. She is a living example of when you're doing what God has called you to do.
Yes.
He not only gives you the vision, he provides provision. And that way we all win, because the kingdom wins. And you know what? We're going to keep winning on this Tuesday. When we get back, we're going to continue community chatter right here on the Brunch Bunch. Don't go nowhere. We got way more to share. Inspiration 13.
Awesome.
We pivot from the museum to the museum.
Yes.
All right,
You're doing some great stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome.
I want to publicly thank Dr. Delise. She is a listener. Most people say they listen, and they be lying.
No,
She be listening, and I got an email last year. I love what you guys are doing on the Brunch Bunch. We want to donate toys to your Breakfast with Santa.
Nice.
We dropped them at the Dream Center, and I pulled up on my way to set up the Breakfast with Santa in my car thinking I could pick the toys up. I had to send a truck back.
I want you to know he's been talking about that since then.
Yes.
Like every week he talks about it.
Nothing but God. Nothing but God.
He was like, I don't know what I'm going to do, Tammy. And then all of a sudden he was like, I don't know how I'm going to get it now, Tammy.
Oh, 8:30. Let's go.
This morning.
1 second.
No, I'm not playing. This is my trend. No, I'm not perfect. I wanna get it right.
I saw Carol for 2 seconds at the gallery. 2 seconds.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You are winning here on the Brunch Bunch. It is community chatter brought to you by Win-Win Communications. It's your main man, Action Jackson, and I'm proudly posted in the studio with...
It's your girl, Tamara Fair, on the air, and I am proudly posted in the studio with so many people who are making a difference in Chicago, and one of my very best friends is in the studio, and I'm going to let you take it away.
First of all, I just love being in the studio with Marcel and Tamara, because they are serial doing good for everybody. I think I'm looking at how many businesses and how many initiatives, and especially Tamara, I always say when we talk kids and talk education, she's got the multiple daycare centers and committed to education, but she has not the storefront. She has the one building with the elevator. But it's when we look at really making a difference, when we look at where we are as a nation and the spirit that's there on AM 1390. My favorite scripture is always, to whom much is given, much more is required. And these women have definitely demonstrated that. And I would say with Toy Salter, there's plenty with her over 20 years experience, her financial firm. I know she's represented athletes, she's represented Roland Martin and others. But I know that legacy is so important. What I respect a lot about Toy is her heart, but also what she's done for her family. We saw the dads. We see you out with your mom.
Yeah.
November, we'll be doing a lot on National Family Caregiving Month. But to whom much is given, I've just seen her heart. And I would say, as a philanthropist, you've been honored many times, but this year, you are chairing the Chicago Urban League's gala, the 63rd annual gala, but you've had just some record-breaking numbers on philanthropy. You've helped UNCF, you've helped others. So welcome, the Toy Salter. You just helped Barbara Bates and her fashion show benefiting the Galloway. Yeah. So I don't know when you get to rest, but welcome and thank you for all you do. And we want to talk Saturday, but before we talk Saturday, what is the lineup of all of that you've done, and what are your milestones? What are you most excited about? Because she's done so much.
Yeah, I have
and
done
continues
a lot.
to do.
Yeah, and like you said, when do I rest? I don't rest. You know, I
Mhm.
get energized by being able to give back, being
Yeah.
able to help someone with the resources that I have. Organizations that I've championed. It could be not only UNCF, Chicago Football Classic,
All right.
Building Brighter Futures, of course, Chicago Urban League, Barbara Bates Foundation, and the list goes on and on and on. Those that have needed my help. And if I can help them, I will do that.
What's your philosophy? Because I think you are the epitome of to whom much is given, much more is required, and you give. So, what's your base?
My
What's the
base,
sound bite?
my sound bite is if God
Why?
can't flow through you, he won't flow to you.
Oh,
You
that's a
better
good
come
one.
on.
That's a
You better
good
come
one.
on,
That
Pastor
is
Salsa.
That is what I live by, and that is my motto.
Okay. And so when it comes time, and I also know you don't play.
I don't.
I know you don't play when it comes time to people coming to events, correct? And the Urban League, I just think you guys got the trifecta. You've got the honorees. So on November 9th, I'm glad with great honorees. Dr. Carol Adams. I just left Dr. Z Scott at a press conference with where they're moving Chicago State into the Jack Lynch facility for organ donation. And you've got Fantasia,
Absolutely.
and so you got folks stalking you. But tell us, I think you probably have raised the bar. It sounds like you're going to be exceeding the goal. But what's going on
Oh, absolutely.
Saturday?
We're going to break records. But can I say this? Let me just go into something else first and what this gala is all about.
Okay.
It is about Chicago Urban League. And what the mission of Chicago Urban League is equity for Black families and communities through social and economic empowerment. So I want you all to understand when you come to this gala, what it supports 15,000 Chicagoland residents each year. Each year, they mentor, they provide STEM education for Chicago youth, advisory services and grant support for entrepreneurs,
Yes.
support for those aspiring to home ownership, career and leadership training for promising Black professionals. In fact, the other day I was at an event for them, which is called Impact,
Mm-hmm.
and it was just Black awesomeness in the room. And I'm going to be a mentor to one of those, and I love it. So that's another way that I'm able to give back.
Lucky mentee.
Yeah, I'm lucky too. I'm
Yes,
lucky
you
too. You know, they published the State of Black Chicago and other guiding policy
Yes.
documents that lay the groundwork for their advocacy and programming. This is a 108-year institution. So when you come to the Urban League on November 9th, that is what this is about. This is not just a fun time. It is a
Exactly.
fundraiser.
Come
It is a
on.
fundraiser.
So come with
And
the spirit of
Come with
giving.
the spirit of giving and having a good time because it's exciting. It is the place to be November 9th. It is arguably the best gala ever.
The best ticket in
And
town.
it's the best ticket in town. It's the best ticket in
You
town.
got, of course, Karen Freeman, great leadership,
Yeah,
Chelsea,
absolutely.
everybody, and you've got
Have to shout out to Karen Freeman Wilson, who is the
Mhm.
CEO and president, and also Suzette McKinney, who is the chairman of the board, and all of the board. And so many people have helped us with this gala this year. The hosts and the sponsors. You know, we cannot thank you enough. Tickets are still available. Tickets are still
How do
available.
people get tickets?
They get tickets. They go to chiul.org. chiul.org. Now, these tickets are not going to be there long.
They
And
do
don't-
Is
sell
there,
out
is there,
every year.
is there,
Sell
is
out
there a
every
cutoff
year.
coming?
It has to come
Okay.
because it's 2,000 people that will be attending this gala. I am so excited about it, and I'm so excited to be able to help Chicago Urban League continue their programs. And it is going to be a record-breaking year.
Well, you
Period.
know what?
Outside.
You're a record breaker.
You're a record
And
breaker.
you've been a record breaker for decades. But what you're doing now, Toy, literally is changing lives, changing families, changing the trajectory of where you are and where you're going to be.
Absolutely.
So it's giving people hope. And I'm
Mhm.
so happy that you are the champion of hope and that you are the chair of this year's
It is
UNCF.
such an honor.
And
It
you
is
laid
such
out
an
the
honor.
foundation because 108 years, and I'm a witness from the entrepreneur side to the education side. But you got to tell us a little bit more about the evening because we know we know the purpose now,
Yeah.
but you got to tell the party. So
So-
so you got the honorees, Dr. Carol Adams, Z Scott. You've got the entertainment.
The
What
entertainment,
you have
Fantasia.
you always have comedians and everything. What's the
Yes.
evening like? What's the
evening,
experience?
the experience, hopefully, many of them will be able to attend the VIP reception.
I'll be there.
I don't have a choice.
If they get invited. But the evening starts off with the VIP reception. That's VIP only. And then 6 o'clock is going to be a champagne reception. And that's for all attendees. And it's going to be wonderful entertainment at that time. And then we're going to come in for dinner and for the program and for Fantasia. But what I'm looking forward to, and as you all know, is the paddle race. Now, I'm looking forward to the paddle race. And I think everyone else is too. And we have trips that are available that people can auction and bid on, and then raise
go
their
on.
and go on
Yes.
and go on. Absolutely.
And you know what I love about UNCF is that when you buy one of those paddle race trips, it's a trip of a lifetime. Like you never ever forget it.
And it's a write-off.
It is, but it's a fun on.
It's fun and it's not, and all of this benefits your taxes. You can write it off, support a good cause.
And you can take about 7 or 8 of your top tier friends, right? So I'm super excited about that.
I want to know, because of course, for those of us in the community, we know the great work that the Urban League is doing.
Yes.
And shout out to my cousin Lynetta Parks, who's working with the Urban League and was with me Sunday and just passionate about the whole work environment over there. So the honorees, how did you all pick them? Why are you honoring?
Okay, so the honorees were picked by the board. I wasn't a part of that. But I'm just so happy that those honorees were picked because they are icons in our community. They have done many things for our community. And so I'm so excited that those two were chosen.
And Dr. Carol Adams is a mentor, a friend, a colleague. And when I first met her, it was 30 years ago when she was head of the African Studies at Loyola University. So we have the Melody Span Coopers, the Andre Grant. We have the Doc group. And she's just been a sociologist. She's helping with all of the equity stuff. So we love your honorees, and Dr. C. Scott has definitely raised the standards. But it's Black, this is when we say it's not just 365 Black, and it's not just Black. It's some of the best of the best.
Yeah.
And Delise, your honorees, you have a long list of honorees.
Yes.
We have Giving Tuesday coming. And again, when I go back to this giving season, it should be 365 days. What we make of ourselves is our gift back to God.
Yes.
And so when you look at honoring folks, I have lost my mom. National Family Caregiving Month, we have to look at their legacies, make sure we're recording them, we're doing everything. So these honors are so important. So now tell me, the 40-year anniversary was well to serve and honor. But tell us about how your honorees were selected. You talked about the queens and then the presidential honorees. So how do people nominate for these categories?
Yeah, all of that information is on the website. They can go to queensrewarded.com and uspresidentialawards.com. But the purpose for having the dual events is to make sure that our presidential honorees mentor the queens.
Okay.
Because I'm like, they need more, and our honorees can definitely give them to them that night in the room. Just talk to them, let them know how they can take their careers further and what they can actually do to get to the next steps.
And we are going to be working on Who's Who in Black Chicago. The Diana Lewis, the Real Times Media, and we say, we have not done an edition, but the history of capturing the history, Chicago really leads the world. So when we talk Chicago history, we're talking world history.
Yes.
Everything dope about Chicago, about America comes from Chicago. Sherman Dillon, the historian, says. Toy, Dr. Delisha, you both are doing some great, great work. This Saturday, you know, the Bible teaches us where your heart is, your treasure will be also. And it's in the Bible twice. So it's definitely a sign that you give to what you love. And Dr. Delisha is helping young people for over 30 years. The Queen's Awards and Presidential Honors is this Saturday. Tickets are available at presidentialqueenshonor.eventbrite.com. Get your tickets. Shout out to Charmaine Riquette, Uncle Remus, Sandy Robinson, Deborah Vines, Melody Winston, just to name a few of the Brunch Bunch friends that we know. And of course, Denise and Reginald Berry, my former neighbors in West Garfield Park. Toy Salter, the 63rd Annual Golden Fellowship Believers. Listen, Wynona was not joking when she said people, I'm sure, are pulling on Toy and everybody at the Urban League about these tickets because it will be the hottest event of the year. One of the hottest events of the year. And that is going down on the 9th. Tickets are still available.
Tickets are still available.
And
Right now. They won't be for a long time, though. You might want to get your tickets.
And don't call no Toy asking for no hookups or no tickets.
Everybody knows.
Everybody knows. Everybody knows.
Everybody knows.
I want the money.
In fact, if you call her, she's going to say, yes, I have tickets for you. Yours are going to be a little bit more, though, because we need your donation. We're going to start paddle raising on the phone call.
Right.
So how can they get the tickets to the Urban League Gala, Golden Fellowship Dinner?
Yep. CHIUL.org. ul.org, and then go to events.
Now, believers, I'll just say this before we go. Some people go to these events just to say they were in the room. Some people go to these events because they really love the cause that they're doing. And some go for all of the above. But you never know when you're in a room like these, who you will meet, who you will connect with, how you may be blessed moving forward because you were a blessing to these organizations.
And
Listen,
we got time for one more. What do you need from your elected officials? We know that we got a historic election. You do so much wonderful work. What do you need? What's your message to them when you got next?
In 15 seconds.
We need help. We need help over here. That's what I can say right now.
That's right.
I love it. Listen, run the check.
What do we need?
We need to help those battleground states.
Yes.
So those that are here that can get there, go out there and help them.
You know what's so amazing, Toy? I don't know if you remember this, but you gave a fundraiser. I won't mention the politician's name. It was your first fundraiser, and you didn't think you could do it. And you said, I'm not really political. And someone said, well, you are because you vote. And then you took off running from there. And here you are today raising millions of dollars.
Yes.
I'm so
you
proud
got
of
to
you.
mentor me because I'm doing my first political fundraiser. So, but listen, believers, we are mentoring you each and every day from 12 to 1 with the guests that we bring, the information that we give. But in the spirit of Glorilla, at the end of the day got to end. We got to get up out of here. We're out of time, but we're never out of content. We encourage you to keep Love 24 alive. Tell someone that you don't know that you love them. Tell someone that you do know that you love them. Love will begin to spread like a wildfire. Tamara Fair on the air. I love you.
I love you, Action Jackson.
Believers, we love you.
Baby
Baby
Eminem,
Eminem, we love you. Up next, AC Green. After that, Pastor DeAndre Patterson with the afternoon drive. We get it done all night long right here on Inspiration 13.
Yay!
Good.
Guys,
We got it all in.
you got the powerhouses in here today. You definitely want to go to shyul.org and get your tickets. I don't know. Now, events like this, the VIP tickets sell out first.
They don't even have VIP. You have to
So
be invited.
So hey, that's it. You heard it. But get your tickets. You want to be in these rooms because you can be an impactful part of changing history. Not just your vote, it's your money. Where your money goes, so lives start to change. And also, Dr. Delisha, she is honoring queens. Now, if you ain't honoring your queen kings, guess what? Your kingdom is going to fall. So you definitely want to be at this event as well. And where do you get the tickets?
www.queensrewarded.com.
Queensrewarded.com. All right, guys. We'll see you at either one or both of these events. In the meantime, go out and change some lives today, or go out and vote.